Hello. Now that we've looked at the video about scientific variables, we're going to learn how to use Google Sheets to make a chart of your data. Remember in the video, Mr. Koenig helped Jacob understand about dependent, independent, and control variables. In Mr. Koenig's experiment, his dependent variable, the one that he measured, was the height of the plant as it grew. His independent variable, the one that he changed, was the amount of water that he gave each plant. Plant 1 he watered every day, and plant 2 he watered every other day. Let's look at how we would use Google Sheets to chart the data or the measurements that Mr. Koenig got for his experiment. First of all, let's open a Google Sheets document. Go to Google Drive or your Drive app. Go to Create and select the spreadsheet. Once it opens, click on the area that says Untitled Document and let's call it My Plant Experiment. Remember, Mr. Koenig had 2 plants. I'm going to list those plants at the top of my spreadsheet. Plant 1, watered every day. I'm going to make that column wider. Plant 2, watered every other day. Let's pretend that he took measurements of 5 different days. I'm going to list the days down the side of the spreadsheet. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. Now I'm going to put the answers of what those measurements were in my chart. He measured at the beginning and each plant was exactly the same size, 5 inches tall. On day 2, plant 1 was 8 inches and plant 2 was 7 inches. On day 3, plant 1 was 12 inches and plant 2 was 8 inches. On day 4, plant 1 was 16 inches and day 2 was 10 inches. On day 5, plant 1 was 18 inches and plant 2 was 12 inches. Once I have all my measurements or data into my chart, I can make it look really nice. I can highlight the whole chart and then I can work with it. I can make a border by clicking on this where it says borders, and when I pull it down, this one will make border around every box. I do that. I can make the border a different color by clicking on this where it says border color, and I can make it red if I want to. I even have a few choices of how to make the line. I could make the line dotted if I wanted to. Notice how there are little red dots there now. I can also, as long as it's highlighted, it's going to do everything in that highlight. I can make the font bold if I want to. I can make this font right here in italics. I can also highlight the whole chart and make the background a different color if I want to. Now I have a really pretty chart and I like the way it looks like that. So I can highlight the whole thing and I can hit Control Copy, and then I can paste this chart into a Word document if I want to. Then it's ready to be put on my science board. Now you try it with some data that I have for you. I did an experiment to see if temperature would affect how high a tennis ball would bounce. I put one tennis ball in the refrigerator and I put another one in the hot sun. I had my mom hold a tape measure for me and I dropped each ball from 1 foot high and watched how high it bounced back up. I have attached a document with my results. Open a Google spreadsheet and create a chart with my data. This will be your entry ticket to class on Monday. Mr. Crawford will see you then. I'm not convinced it recorded. It doesn't do that on mine.